welcome back to the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade, and I'm kind of excited to do this reading today. I'm going to do it a little bit different. This is going to be a daily guidance reading, so whenever you stumble upon it, it'll be timeless for you. And we're going to do it in this way. So we're going to look at, you may choose the deck that you want to go into the reading with. I'm going to reveal to you the stone that kind of gives us an overview of the energy that might be covering your day, or I would say probably 24 to 48 hours. Okay. And then we're going to look at, when we go into each of the readings, we'll look at how are you going to sort of start the day, if you will, and then where is the day going? Where are you as a character in the story of your life going to end? What is the ending of that going to look like for you in the 48 hours? And then we'll look at opposition, what might be opposing you throughout the day, and any shadows that you need to be mindful of. And then we'll pull a couple of tarot cards to try to give us some guidance on how to either make it to that positive outcome if we've got a positive ending, or to allow us to kind of shift the activities of the day so that we have a more promising outcome, depending on what that outcome card is. All right. So that's what we're going to take a look at. These are going to be fairly quick readings. So let's jump in. Just a quick reminder, if you like the readings that you're getting on the Abundant Joy Tarot, please hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in a personal reading, which I absolutely adore to do, then send me an email at abundantjoytarot@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you on the specifics. All right, so let's jump in. So for pile number one, we'll be using the Gullah Tarot deck, and your stone is trust. Okay, so Gullah and trust for pile number one. For pile number two, you're going to be using the Muse Tarot deck, and your stone is strength. Okay, and then for pile number three, we'll be using the Mystical Moments Tarot deck, and your stone is relax. Relax. All right, so those are the piles. I would invite you to take in a deep breath, tap into your intuition, and see which pile is going to be calling to you, which reading is calling to you. Jump into the descriptions. You'll see the timestamps there, and you may go in and go directly to your reading. And I will see you in your reading. Okay, pile one, welcome to your reading. If you were drawn in by this trust stone, then this is going to be your sort of daily guidance reading. And I'm going to pull the cards that I discussed in the overview, which is that we're going to look at how would you as a character within your day start? How's the story going to begin? Going to be one. And then how is the story going to end? And then what might be opposing you, what might be opposing you throughout the day. We'll also put a shadow card on that. And then I'm going to pull three cards. Let's see, can you see that? Okay. I'm going to pull three cards to give us some guidance on sort of what actions, what do you need to be aware of, how can you help to have a positive outcome to your day. Okay, now that gave me two cards. Wasn't doing that, but because they came out like that, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull a shadow card over the opposition to see what you need to be mindful of. Okay. And then we've got some guidance cards here from Spirit. Oopsie. We'll pull one of each of these. Some self-care. What might you do for self-care? And what do we need to, ooh, these are big cards. What do we need to know for your spirit? I really like it. This actually, that one. All right, so that's going to be your reading. Let's check it out. And then I had already pulled a couple of tea leaves for this deck. So for pile number 1, you have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. And psychic ability, trust your intuition. That's really powerful because we've got the overview here of trust. And then we get this sort of added confirmation of needing to trust in your own intuition and how you're going to be carried. I almost get the sense of, because you've got this carriage, it says a journey, either physical or mental, that your third eye, your intuition, is what you need to trust in to carry you throughout your next 24, 48 hours. You need to really lean heavily on that intuition. So let's take a look at how you are expected to sort of begin the story of your days, the next 2 days or so. You've got the 6 of Cups, okay? And the 6 of Cups, so some of you may be dealing with some nostalgia. You may be kind of heavily in your mind around something that has influenced you over your past. Your day could be such that you get either a call or a letter or a message from something or someone from your past, something that calls that recollection into your mind and spirit. And what I'm hearing is it's going to be important for you to, when that sense of nostalgia comes in, to tap into your third eye and determine whether or not you need to address these sort of old experiences, old people, old ideas in a new way. Because it may be being brought back up to you as almost as an opportunity for you to shift. Okay. Now let's talk about where you're going to end. Wow, that's beautiful. So you've got the Lover's card. Now understand that the Lover's card also represents choice. So it could be that you are need to make a choice about something that has going to come up for you in the past, something from your past, either a person from your past, a situation, a mindset in your past, and you're being asked to lean onto your third eye. Let that carry you into making the right decision so that you can have a very fruitful choice. Now, obviously, the Lovers also represent sort of a love-centered connection. Talks about sort of romance, soulmates, compatibility, some kind of passion and love. But because we're talking about your day over the next 20 or 24 hours, for some of you, that is going to represent maybe an old lover coming back in, because we've got that 6 of Cups, or something that you are passionate about. It doesn't necessarily have to be, depending on where you are in your life, it doesn't necessarily have to be a actual physical lover coming in. It could be something that you are passionate about, something that draws your heart, something that you feel compatible with. It could even be a soul-centered friendship that kind of comes back into your space. But again, you're being asked to really lean onto your intuition to help guide you through this opportunity or this new thing that's kind of coming to fore. Now let's look at what is going to be opposing you. Okay, so you've got Temperance. Okay, so Temperance is about balance and harmony. And because it's in opposition, look at this. So you've got Stunned. That moment when time stands still as you try to make sense of what has occurred. This is the golden moment to plan your next move rather than react to the situation. Now, this is really deep, you all, because it is talking about what is in opposition to you during your day, right? In your 24, 48 hours. And because you've got this 6 of Cups here, I'm getting the sense that something from the past is going to be coming up for you. And the challenge for you is going to be that it may knock you off balance a little bit, because Temperance represents harmony, peace, balance in your life. All right. So there's a sense that this blast from the past, if you will, is going to come in and perhaps stun you and shake you off of your balance a bit. And so it's important for you, again, to trust yourself, Trust your intuition and let that guide you in terms of what next steps you need to do and what choice you need to make in regards to this past influence showing back up for you. Okay? You've got Ace of Cups, King of Cups. Interesting. Three of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay, beloveds. So what this is saying to me, that obviously there's a lot of emotion within your next 24 to 48 hours. This may very well be a new love or a past love, or it could be for some of you all because you got this Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups kind of can represent, it's a beginning. All aces represent a beginning, and it's going to, but particularly because it's a cup, it's talking about a heart-centered beginning. Oftentimes it speaks about a relationship of some kind, a love of some kind coming in. So you got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Lovers, you've got the King of Cups, you've got the Queen of Cups. So you've got a lot of emotional energy that is coming in throughout your day. You've got this nostalgia coming in, and then what is opposing you is this sense of harmony or temperance, or maybe being knocked off your skids a little bit, like being a little bit unbalanced. So what I'm understanding is for you, because you've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, it's going to be important for you to tap into your emotional intelligence when it comes to this situation. Lean into, you have what you need to be successful, to make a successful choice. You've got this Three of Wands here, which talks about moving forward, planning ahead, perhaps doing some type of travel, but having a sense of freedom. So whatever this is that is coming up from the past, if you just lean unto your own intuition, tap into your emotional intelligence, you will make the right choice in terms of how to handle this past influence, and whether or not it is actually bringing a new beginning, or whether or not it's something you need to travel away from and make a strong choice around it. That I'm also getting that some of you, this past influence is making its way over a new situation, because oftentimes when we come into like a new relationship or a new situation, our past influences can kind of cast a bit of shadow over the newness of what we're experiencing. So just be mindful of that, beloved, that your past thoughts or your past experiences are not influencing the freshness of something new that's coming in for you. Okay? And you've got inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Wow. Some of you all are going to have to make a choice to walk away from something and not just walk away from something, but walk towards something. Walk towards something. That may mean that you're having to walk away from something, but it could also just mean that you're walking towards something new, something fresh, something that is heart-centered and going to bring you a bit more balance. All right. Be mindful of things that throw you off of your emotional balance. All right. And in terms of your self-care, family. So, and I'm really getting here that it's not just like your birth family, but also your soul family. So that place in which you feel at home. If you're feeling unbalanced, if you feel like you've been knocked off your skids, because we also talked about this sort of past influence. If you are feeling like nostalgic in some way, you are being guided to lean unto those that you trust, those that you feel love with, those that you feel comfort and at home with, and allow them to shower you with their love and their guidance and support as you make the right decision based on your inner power and your intuition, okay, to make the right choice. And then finally, you have, okay. So for you all, there is definitely something going on in the love realm, okay? So again, if that does not resonate with you, maybe one of the other piles is one of your piles, or it could be that we're talking about something that you are deeply, profoundly passionate about, okay? But this card here is the final guidance from Spirit, and it's talking about desire. So with desire, we're really tapping into this emotion, right? We're talking about what does desire, how does that stimulate you moving forward to when you feel a strong desire for a thing or person, what energy does that cultivate in you? And so what is being called for here is for you to sort of tap into that energy of desire, to understand that desire is a huge driving and motivating force, and it can help you complete creative work. It can bring new things to life. It's just a fire, an energy, a fiery energy that can help propel you forward in various things to help you to reach your goal. It also asks you to question why. What is your why of the work that you're doing? What is it about the work that you're doing or the things in your life or people in your life that you're passionate about? And to really tap into that, to tap into that energy of desire, okay? Check your desires and their intentions while you're manifesting, because desire is such a strong emotion that it helps you to manifest the things that you want to bring into your life. Okay. It is tied to and linked to magic and wishes and bringing things to the fore. Because when you can connect to your fiery desire, when you can feel it in your body and use it to create change in your life, okay, then this card is really telling you it's time to align your physical world with your heart's desire. Okay, so that is what that is calling on. So for some of you, this is going to get played out in a relationship type situation, a past relationship coming in and having to deal with the dynamics of that. They may throw you off balance a little bit. That doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but you're being mindful of tapping into and trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and being balanced in terms of emotionally, tapping into your inner King of Cups and your inner Queen of Cups, who is able to navigate the deep waters of their own emotions and the emotions of others and successfully come out on the other end feeling abundant and full and rich and whole. Okay. So that's what I see for you all for the next 24, 48 hours. It's going to be a very passionate couple of days for you all. So enjoy, trust yourself, and keep going. And I will see you in your next reading. Okay? Don't forget to hit that like button or subscribe. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you were drawn in by this strength stone, then this is going to be your reading. And so again, we are looking at kind of your next 24 to 48 hours, depending on whenever you stumble upon this reading. And we're using the Muse deck. And so I'm going to pull, as I said in the intro, I'm going to pull a card that sort of represents the beginning of your journey or beginning of your day, you at the beginning of your day story. And then you at the end, what is happening at the end. And then we'll look at what might be opposing you, on the journey. Okay. And then we're pulling some tarot cards to see what guidance do we have in regards to your journey. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so what you've got at the bottom of the deck is the Justice card. So we'll see how this is playing in as an undercurrent here, but justice is really going to be about the scales balancing, right? The karmic energy coming back to fore. So let's just see how that might get played out in the undercurrent. Now, I am also pulling a couple of oracle cards. I'm going to pull one of these cards. I'm going to pull a shadow card to align with the opposition. Oops. So there's that one. I'm going to pull a self-care card. How can you take care of yourself in the next 24, 48 hours? Okay, and then this shadow card to see what other kinds of feelings you need to be mindful of with regards to the opposition. with regards to the opposition. And then finally, just a little bit of guidance and spirit over the top of your day here. This one. Oops. All right, so let's see. So first I have pulled some tea leaf cards for you all. So you've got strength. Hopefully you can see all this. I got this all over the place. All right. All right, so your tea leaf cards. Okay, so for pile number 2, you got Weeping Willow, Family Sorrow, and that's along with Strength. So I really, as soon as I turned that over, I'm sorry, but I definitely felt like some of you may have lost someone close to you. And if that is the case, my deepest condolences. Also, some of you may be struggling with a family member who is sick, like you have not lost them, but there's just a heartbreak that is happening kind of throughout the family. You've got Cat, a two-faced friend. Y'all are needing that strength. And chain of events that will affect your life. I feel like that is tied to what is going on in the family. So for you all, within the next 48 hours, it looks like there is some family stuff that is going on, as well as like birth family, as well as soul family. There could be a betrayal of some kind between a friend or, you know, someone who's not being totally honest with you about something that comes to light. But let's see what your tarot is, and let's see if we can get a little more guidance. So first, just in looking at how are you going to kind of start this period of time that we're looking at? You've got the Empress. Okay. The Empress is a beautiful card. It indicates that you're in a place of creation. You're in a place of overabundance and a space of nurturing. So with this Strength card, you may be the one in your family who is having to provide a lot of nurturing to other people at this time. And what I'm getting is that you have a lot of power and sort of, you know, kind of those nurturing arms, but inside you are weeping, that there is this sense of weeping that's going on underneath the surface. So what I want to encourage you to do is really tap into the power of your Empress and allow the Empress within you, who is nurturing everyone else, to also nurture you, okay? To also nurture you. Allow your abundance as an Empress to feed yourself first, because remember that the Empress has more than enough. She is giving from a space of overflow. So remember that it's important to you to give from a space of overflow. So therefore, if you're not in a place of overflow, you need to watch what you're giving, because what you need to be giving needs to be coming from your overflow. Okay. But it does feel like many of you really do have an abundance of love, right? An abundance of nurturing that you can offer. And that's really beautiful. So this is where we're starting today. Let's see where it says that you're ending the day. Knight of Inspirations. Okay, good. So you've got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is going to be making some movement, right? The Knight of Wands represents all knights represent some type of travel or movement or message. And the Knight of Wands represents not only the fastest knight in the deck, but also one that is filled with passion and creativity and igniting. Like there's a sense of ignition that the Knight of Inspirations brings in. So with the Empress and the Knight of Inspiration, there's this sense that you are really stepping up. You are stepping up to the fore to really kind of move some things forward within your life and within your family. All right, now let's look at what might be opposing you and see if that can shed some light for us. And you've got the Emperor. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I'm really getting the sense that this is an individual. I don't always get that. But because you are showing up as the empress and the opposition is the emperor, it makes me feel like there is someone very close to you that has a different idea or plan of action around how one needs to deal with or nurture or move the situation forward. So this emperor is causing some conflict that is not allowing you to move forward at the pace that you need to move. Annoyed. Okay. Sorry. Voicing your frustrations will provide you with an opportunity to explain the situation in a different way, which could be the very answer they're looking for. So, okay. So what I'm really seeing is like there's a situation in which you are very clear on what you need to do, and really I feel like this is what I hear. They need to listen to what your ideas are and what you need to do to be able to move things forward in a very judicious and quick way with passion and love and all of that. But for some reason, people are feeling like they need to kind of hold their own power or kind of be in their own strength around things. And so they're coming at you and there's a bit of opposition. All right. And it's kind of annoying. And so you need to, as being in your power, okay, you need to put your annoyance to the side, loves, and just try to restate how you feel and why you think things should be done in the way that they need to be done, because that may help you to move through this opposition, because it feels like, and this is just energetically what I'm getting, that it feels like the opposition, because the emperor, understand, is very, very highly intelligent, very strategic. Usually you kind of want to lean on them because they're abundant. They make great decisions. They're moving things forward. But in this particular energy, for some reason, I'm really kind of getting that this individual is more in their side, they're almost their shadow emperor side, in that they are hard-headed, basically hard-headed, or stubborn, like very stubborn in terms of what it is that they think needs to be done. Okay. And in order for you to be able to affect the outcome, you're going to need to be able to use your voice, speak your mind, and speak it with love, speak it in fairness, speak it from a nourishing place. All right. And then in terms of what other additional information you need to kind of help you maneuver through this situation, you've got the 5 of Inspirations, the 7 of Inspirations, and the High Priestess. Okay, so what this is really saying is, in this situation, this is a general reading, so there could be a lot of situations. What I'm kind of seeing, because we got this family sorrow and these chain of events that are happening in the friend there, I'm really seeing it as like a situation in which you are playing the role, if you will, of the Empress. You're the one who's kind of looking at the situation, kind of wanting to provide that nurturing hand, wanting to create something out of nothing and be able to take people forward in a judicious way with this Knight of Inspirations, really wanting to kind of move things quickly to a better place. But you've got some energies that are kind of coming against you and challenging you. All right. And in particular, I think there's a hard, for lack of a better word, a hard-headed or stubborn individual who is set on their way of doing things, but yet you can see as the Empress, because you are very empathetic, and we've got this High Priestess here, which lets me know that you're also highly, psychic or empathic, like you are tapped in to your own knowing of self and knowing of those around you. All right. So with this challenge, the 5 of Wands, it is a challenge, but it also talks about challenge making you better. Like that challenge is going to help you to get to your end goal. So it's like, use this situation to better articulate what needs to be done. and to move things forward. And you are going to be able to shift it forward. The other thing, though, you need to be mindful of, beloved, is you got this 7 of inspirations, which is the 7 of wands. And this is really calling for you to make sure that you are protecting your own space. So it's like, speak your mind, do what you need to do to kind of push the situation forward in the best way that you know how. And then make sure that you're going, cleaning yourself, getting some time to yourself, taking a walk, doing what you need for your own self-care to make sure that you are psychically, emotionally protected as you're moving through this situation, because it's a difficult situation for you too. You just happen to have a lot of strength that we got with this strength card. You have a lot of strength that's going to help you carry through the situation. But what you're being asked to do is also make sure that you're refueling yourself in the process of this situation. All right. This feels very, very clear to me. So I hope that it's resonating with you. We've got self-love. Look at that. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. Yes. Yes. So that, again, is what I was saying. Like, there's a need for you. You have the strength to get through this. You will get through this. You've got beyond the strength, because you've started with this Empress energy, who understand that she births not just like cities and, states. She births universes, right? Like, she is over wide, and she creates, she's constantly creating and rejuvenating, renewing, rebirthing. Okay. So she knows how to take situations that look like they are, at the end of their rope and recreate them, rebirth them, give them new life. All right. So, but in order to do that, in order to stay refueled, you've got to love on yourself. Okay. You've got to love on yourself. Look for fairies. So this was the self-care card that I pulled for you. And this says look for fairies. And what I'm hearing is look for the magic. Okay. You are a magical individual, because you've got the Empress at the beginning, and then you've got the High Priestess at the end here. So it lets me know too. Also, I want to say that the High Priestess, some of the way that she moves is in secret. So that lets me know that some of you, as you're maneuvering through this situation, because you're doing it all in love and you're doing it all for the betterment of everybody in the situation, that's where your heart is. Because that's where your heart is, just understand, tap into your intuition and understand when it's appropriate for you to speak and when it's appropriate for you to be silent about the actions that you need to take to move forward. Your ultimate goal is to move everybody forward in a prosperous, creative, loving, passionate way. Okay. So if that is your ultimate outcome, then as you're dealing with each situation or individual that might be coming at you, what's important for you to do is to be mindful of how to reach that ultimate goal. And sometimes it's going to be speaking clearly what it is that you need to speak, standing in opposition, standing up for what you need to stand up. And sometimes it's going to be to just stand still. Take the action without necessarily having to tell everybody about the action. Just do it. Okay. And then your final guidance. Oh my goodness. Now this came up, and I definitely shuffled these cards, y'all. But this literally came up as the final card in pile 1. Now, this desire card talks about using the energy of passion, using the energy of what you most desire when you desire something, whether it be a person, a thing, a hobby, whatever it is. That energy, that fire energy of desiring something so close, to use that energy to fuel you forward towards making your dreams come true. Now, you've got this Knight of Inspirations with the Knight of Wands, which is a very fiery energy of moving things forward. So I get the sense that like what you're being asked to do here is to really like use your alchemy, pile number 2. Use your alchemy, and part of the way that you can use your alchemy in this is to tap into that same energy that fuels your desire, your passion for people, places, and things, and use that same energy to help you fuel taking the steps needed to reach your desired outcome. And you will arrive there. This is a very positive reading, I should say. You have a lot of magic. You have the alchemy you need to be able to turn this situation around. All you need to do is tap into your own self-love and putting yourself first, nurturing yourself as you nurture others. Okay? So that is what I see here. And hopefully this resonated with you in terms of what might be happening for your 24, 48 hours. If you want to share your story, please do so in the comment. I'd love to hear from you. Or hit the like button if you're liking the readings that you have on here. Let me know if you're interested in a personal reading by emailing me at abundantjoytorow@gmail.com. And that's what I have for you. I hope you have an abundantly joyful day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Okay, bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Relax stone, then this is going to be your reading. And again, we are just looking at your kind of next 24, 48 hour period. And I am doing it, as I said in the intro, we're looking at where are you starting? Where does your story begin with these next 24 to 48 hours? Where does your story begin? And then we're going to look at where is it going? It's that. And then we'll look at what is opposing you, what is standing in opposition to you or causing conflict or just in opposition. And then we're going to pull this up. So that's beginning, opposition, and the end. And then we're pulling 3 cards here to just kind of give us some guidance on what do you need to know about the journey? How may you be able to improve the destined outcome? One more for that spirit. Okay. All right. And then what we have at the bottom of the deck, let's see. The 3 of Cups. Okay. So the 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I'm looking at like what is kind of the underlying energy that is showing up for you all, beloved people who chose pile 3. And you got the 3 of Cups, which is really talking about a celebration of some kind with close friends and family. We'll see how else that kind of gets played out, because we're talking about it being like underneath the surface. So there's also, with the 3 of Cups, I also see it as like just connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be an event, but just this sort of sense of celebration within friends and family, or perhaps going to friends and family to get additional support. So let's take a look at your tea leaves. I pulled a couple of tea leaves for you. So for pile number 3, you have Dragon. Beware of self-delusion. And Kite. Vacation. Well, it's interesting because you've got Relax. So I don't know if some of you are going on a vacation over these next couple of days, then this is calling for you to take a vacation. For some of you, it might be a staycation is what I heard. So for some of us in the, what is this, in the U.S., the Western Hemisphere, there's been a big storm. So some of us have maybe had a vacation, whether we wanted a vacation or not, because the weather has caused some delays in terms of things moving forward. So it could be speaking to that as well. Or just maybe you just needing to take a break of some kind. Even if you're not able to sort of step away from the day-to-day grind, but just taking space within your day to give yourself a vacation. We'll see where that self-delusion is coming in, but let's take a look at where we're going to be beginning these days, okay, or this day. Okay, 4 of Swords. Now that's really interesting because the 4 of Swords, y'all, represents taking a pause. I mean, look at her. She's like relaxing. It asks you to take a moment to restore yourself. Okay, that's what the 4 of Swords is. So it's saying as you're beginning your day, there's a need for you. Either you're coming out of a space of relaxation, or vacation, or like that kind of needs to be your focus within the next 24 to 48 hours. So if that wasn't in your plan, if this pile is resonating with you, it may be that you're just really needing to do that. And in this self-delusion, beware of self-delusion, I'm hearing it as like there's a need for you to be mindful of when your body needs to rest. Some of you need to rest and you're not paying attention to the cues from your body. Okay, so you want to listen to those cues, those clues from your body, clues, before they make you stop, right? So carve out time to restore your body, your mind, and your spirit. Okay, pile 3, it's important for you to do that. Now let's look at where the ending is. Oh, and this is the shadow card, so that's going to be with the opposition. But the ending, supposedly where you're going to be ending, is the King of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands, this is about stepping into your leadership, your strategic leadership, stepping into your creativity and your passion. The King of Wands is going to be extremely abundant. All of the kings are extremely abundant. But what's most important about that in terms of like where you might be going is about you really stepping into your leadership role and your sense of passion. The King of Wands represents what they call a natural born leader. When he walks in the room, people pause and they will follow him because he gives off the air of leadership. And so this is saying where you're going. So whereas right now you may be in the need of or in the space of needing to restore, relax, rest, that is in preparation for you to be able to step fully up into your leadership. Okay. Now let's look at what is opposing you, what might be blocking you from moving toward this really power position here. You've got the Tower. Wow. Okay. And anguish. Simply knowing there is an end to this feeling of sorrow is the very beginning of your healing process. Wow, beloved pile 3. So what I'm getting here is that it's absolutely critical for you to be in a place of restoration. And because the Tower card, what it is representing here is that because we're talking about the next 24, 48 hours, and you've got the Tower card here when I've asked what is opposing you, what is blocking you in some way. And so this is representing a quick change. So the Tower card is a major arcana card. People sometimes get afraid when it comes up, but you shouldn't, because we all go through changes. Like changes happen all the time. The challenging part is that what's going to be imperative for you is not to hold on too tightly. As the change comes in, let whatever needs to fall, so that you can step into your power. Okay. This rest and restoration is so critical for you because it's going to allow you to still your mind so that as this quick change comes in, this ending, right? And this is saying like just knowing that there is an end is the beginning of your healing process. So you're in the process of healing. Something may be ending for some of you. Some of you may be, I'm getting that some of you may be shifting jobs, losing a possible job, or just, needing to be in not deluding yourself about where you are with career. Okay. That maybe you're in a place either with career or in a relationship or in a friendship in which that it's got to come to an end in some way. And you're like deluding yourself because we never like that. We never want that change to come in. But in order for you to step fully into your power, it's going to be important for you to let go. Let go and let the Tower fall, beloveds, because that is going to take you to a better place. It's falling because it's not sitting on a firm foundation, whatever it might be, whether that be a job, a career, a relationship, a friendship, a project, a creative project of some kind, an event, a charity that you're involved in. It doesn't matter what it is. It's important for you to relax and rest so that you can have the clarity that you need to be able to let go when the quick change comes in so that you can step fully into your leadership power. Let's look at the other guidance we have here. So you got the Page of Pentacles, the Fool, and Judgment. Strong cards. So the Page of Pentacles is telling you that in order to, one, I'm just hearing it again, so I'm going to say it again, let go. Do not hang on to things that are falling down in your life. If they are no longer serving you, do not hold on to them, because it's just going to make the process harder and longer. Instead, take the stance of a page. This Page of Pentacles is going to be like an apprentice who wants to learn about, take on a new project, discover, take time with something in the material world, build something, create something, okay? This is your Page of Pentacles. Your Page of Pentacles is, the page brings in new opportunities, new projects, new commitments, right? So as the Tower comes in, that quick change happens. What you're being asked to do is embrace the newness, embrace the new ideas, to follow the projects in which you have a strong desire to learn more about. You have a strong desire to engage more with, okay? It's all about seizing the new opportunities and the new ventures so that you can see tangible results. Then you've got the Fool card, and it's right under the Tower card. So the Fool card is all about taking a leap and trusting that the universe will catch you. So, as things are coming down, what you're being asked to do is actually turn and face the new and take the risk and jump into a new affair, a new adventure, a new commitment, and do it with a sense of youthful wonder. Okay, a youthful wonder. Let go of all of that that's no longer serving you. Okay, and step fully into the newness. All right, you've got Judgment, which is beautiful. Judgment talks about choices. It also talks about a sense of self-love and self-compassion, being gentler with yourself in terms of the way that you're judging yourself. And it also talks about making amends, reconciling, making some kind of atonement of some kind. Now that can be happening both on your side, right? You're making choices, you're making reconciliation, you're making atonement, and it can be coming to you. But either way, there's a need for you to have a sense of compassion, because this is an angel right here that is putting down judgment. And the judgment comes that if you can just make a new choice, right? If you can atone, if you can reconcile from things that maybe didn't work for you in the past, or mistakes that you made, then there is forgiveness available for you, and therefore there should be a forgiveness available to others as well, if that makes sense. So kind of having a sense of like compassion, okay? A need for compassion as you're moving forward. This is a really strong reading for a 24-hour, 48-hour reading, but it seems that you all are going to be going through some kind of quick change. And it's going to be important for you to let go and then leap full force into that which is new. Now, it's interesting because this is the only pile that ended up getting two of both of these cards. So let's see what you got. So you got freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Wow. Okay, that is in direct alignment, you all, with the Judgment card and the Tower card, because the Tower card, that quick change, that falling down, is going to provide you a level of freedom. You will be able to fly free from that which you're holding on to too tightly. So let it go. Let it go. Self-love. Now, this came up in the other one. I definitely shuffled these cards. So let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. Wow. Okay. So pile 3, it's really important for you to go with the flow, to carve out time for you to rest your mind, your body, and your spirit, so that you can move through this quick change to step fully into your power, your strategic leadership. In terms of self-care, look at that. Connect with fire and sweet treat, okay? Go out and get you a piece of cake, y'all. Get you some chocolate. Get you something that's going to be sweet in your mouth. If you don't do that, get something with honey. Get something that's going to sweeten you up, okay? And then you've got this connect with fire. If you are able to actually connect with fire, meaning like sit by a fire or be near a fire, do something like that. You can do something like if you can get to a gym and go to a sauna or go to a steam, allow yourself to kind of sit in heat and allow that heat to be a source of replenishment, restoration, cleansing for you. If you don't have access to those things, do something as simple as sitting still and quietly with a candle and allowing yourself to just kind of meditate into the fire and into the flame and see what comes for you, what comes up for you. All right. So that and do it with the intention of gaining the support of your spirit guides, your divine, whatever you hold as your higher power, to guide you and support you, protect you with the flame as you go through these quick moments, these tower moments, and get to the other side. Okay, so that you can literally rise like the phoenix. Right. You've got as your final card Gaia. So Gaia represents the earth. There's a need for you to be connected to the earth. So, I mean, you can see how she's literally like a part of the earth, like the tree is coming from her. But the Gaia is the energy of the Gaia, the earth, right? It's very nurturing, right? There's a need for you. So I feel like really spirit is because you got this self-love, you've got freedom, and then you've got Gaia. So it's about nature. It is about connection, healing, self-care, okay? Beautiful. So you're being asked to nurture yourself in a very deep way, is what this card is calling for. Self-care can come in many forms, but it has to be something that truly allows you time and space to feel refreshed and recharged. And that is exactly what this card, what the Four of Swords is. It's about. It's not just a pause. It's about restoration, getting enough peace to restore. You are being called to nurture the connection that you have with the sacred in your life, whatever is sacred to you, okay? Especially the sacred feminine, male or female, the sacred feminine. Take time to allow this space. This is the journey of the awakened soul, being in alignment with the natural rhythms of life, the cycles of the seasons, the moon, and the magic and natural wonder that we are gifted with. So this also calls you to the sacred, to kind of be a warrior for the sacred earth, protector of animals and children and all living things. You're being asked to put your spirituality into practice and to be of service to others. Every little action helps. Every act of love and kindness creates positive changes. And I want to say, like, what you're being asked is, what act of self-care can I carry out today? So this is not a one-time thing for you. Like we've got here, we wrote, we pulled sweet treat and connection with fire. And it's interesting because this is the only pile that I pulled 2 self-care cards. And I feel like what is important for you is that you need to, over the next week, 2 weeks, whatever it might be, you need to do an act, a conscious act of self-care every day as you're going through this period of transformation and change. Okay. And this is talking about allowing yourself to be deeply connected to yourself and that which is sacred to you. So that is what I have for you all. You got to relax. Okay. Pile 3. So if you like what you're receiving here on the Abundant Joy Tarot channel, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. Subscribe, share the video, whatever you want to do to help us to be able to reach more souls would bring me a lot of joy, and I appreciate it. If you're interested in a personal reading, which I definitely love doing, I would love to invite you into that space. Just drop me an email at abundantjoytarot@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you with the specifics, and we'll get you scheduled. That being said, I hope you have a joyfully abundant day, and I'll see you in your next reading. Okay, bye.